All right, this is definitely going to be the hardest guitar for me to get rid of. This is by far my favorite one. This is the Emton J. Um, it is done in the classic Esquire setup. So if you don't know anything about guitar history, or don't know this part of guitar history, the Esquire was the original guitar designed by Leo Fender back in the start of the late 40s, but it wasn't released until 1950, and it just had this one bridge pickup that was based off of some of his earlier lap steel guitar designs, where he used this specific kind of pickup. It was made for clean sounding tones, and this is definitely a clean machine if nothing else, but it can take a little bit of hair, as it were, anyway. But this one is actually, this is an interesting combination of woods, but I love the way it turned out, and definitely something I will go with in the future. It is oak here on the body, which most people don't think of oak as being a guitar wood, but I did want to have something, since I have the cutaway here, to provide enough weight to counterbalance so you don't get a lot of neck dive. This cutaway is great in that it allows this output jack here on the back, which allows you to sit in the classical position when you're playing if you want to. I really love the tones of this guitar, especially going into this Tone King Imperial Mark II amp. But anyway, so the body is oak. The neck is actually bird's eye maple. There's not a ton of bird's eye on this one. And then and you might have noticed there's a missing ferrule open here on the back. Still doing some maintenance on it. Don't have the string trees on it here either. And the fretboard is Wenge, which I really like as well, and I think is a cool substitute for rosewood. I think it still gives like that classic vibe, especially with everything still being lacquer on it. You still get there's still a little bit of chipping and stuff here on the body, and you even had a little bit of off gassing from the oak, which caused some cool like divots actually here in the finish. Nothing that's like visible or anything like that, but I always like the feel of actually playing a wooden instrument versus feeling like I'm playing a piece of plastic. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys a couple of tones with this one. I'm really pumped about getting it out there. As you might have seen, we've got some tribute guitars that are going up right now. I'm waiting to do some photos over here in the next couple of weeks with these guitars at a local music studio, and trying to get those out there. So just wanted to do some quick tones on here, and that'll be that. anyway, so those are the tones from it. Obviously, I'm not plugged in or anything right now and plugged into the computer, so there's not going to be any direct sound that you're going to be able to hear from this. So it's going to be a little bit different, but I did want to get something out there where it wasn't just like a random put together video that I had done, and wanted people to be able to hear this. It's got all hip shot locking tuners, hip shot Telecaster replacement bridge, and it's just a different kind of thing. I really like having the one pickup because I think one of the common themes today you see in modern guitars is where they want to try and be a little bit of everything for everybody, which I mean is useful if you're playing prog or something where you are trying to recreate lots of different sounds and play in lots of different genres, and that works. And there's nothing wrong with that or anything like that. But I do think that having one sound and having to force yourself to manipulate both your hands as well as the guitar's just limited controls really makes you function more creatively as a guitar player. And I think that's one of the cool things about one pickup guitars is you learn to be more dynamic on your own, because a lot of the time it's just if you want to create something a little bit sweeter sounding, a little less treble, a little smoother, you go to the neck pickup, and then when you hit something hard or you're going to play a distorted lead or whatever, you're going to switch to the bridge, and then for every part in between you might hit something else. This really causes you to think about things in a different way, which I think is pretty cool. And so yeah, this one will be going out for sale here in the next couple weeks, but just wanted to give everybody a little preview of what this guitar is actually like. So thanks.